Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, please do me a favor. Do me a huge favor. Share this video. Please share this video. We got a lot to talk about. Man. And I just might, maybe just depending, um, I might open up the phone lines. We'll see. I'm not going to make any promises here because we're live on some of these other platforms to where they don't like free speech, and I want to keep my platform. So anyways, y'all can see right here we're talking about Mr. Pretti and Mrs. Good. They are both no longer with us. They were in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and of course you have the radical leftist lunatic liberals. They're blaming ICE for them no longer being with us. And the last one, Mr. Pretti, just like Mrs. Good, should have never been out there in the first place. Should have never been out there. And of course, the thing for me when I'm looking at all of this is that Tim Walz and even the Mayor Fry and even the DA, Ellison, and then you have even the local sheriff there. The thing is, none of them are telling the people, go home. So why do you think they're not telling them to go home? Why do you think that they're telling the people that's out there, putting themselves out there in this situation? Why do you think that they're not telling them to go home? Why not? It makes me think about when John McCain, and this is when John McCain was running against Obama. And Obama won that election the first time. And I voted for Obama. I didn't know any better. I mean, not that John McCain was any better, but nonetheless, I voted for Obama, and I was watching to see what John McCain was going to do. Because, see, I was told that John McCain, because he was a Republican, and all of the people that were supporting John McCain didn't like people like me. And this is what I was told during that time. And I'm like, ooh, what is he going to say? Is he going to tell the people to do something, not accept it? What's he going to do? So I was watching it. I'll never forget it. And John McCain told the people, it's over. Go home. Go home. Regroup. Go home. And I'll never forget it, looking at it. And the people, when I was watching that, they were not happy. They were not happy. John McCain told them to go home. And I'm like, man, they're not happy at all. It's like they wanted John McCain to tell them to do something else other than going home. So they went home. Nothing happened. In this case, in the scenario that we have right now, you have Tim Walz, the governor, Mayor Fry, Keith Ellison, the AG, Attorney General. None of them are telling the people that's out there protesting against ICE to go home. They're encouraging people to stay out there. You understand? They're encouraging people to remain out there and to be in the way. For me, it's like the most bizarre thing ever to see that taking place. Most bizarre thing ever. All right, hold on. I forgot to do something here. I'm sharing it out. This should be going now. So, of course, I'm getting completely different reaction from people, especially on the left. It is the most bizarre thing ever. It's the most bizarre thing ever. So, one of the things that I'm experiencing myself, because I support ICE, I support the men and women in blue. I do. And I've always been that way. I've never shied away from it. I've never said otherwise. I've always been that way. And you get a lot of people sending me messages saying, Will Johnson, you're next. You're next. Why am I next? Next for what? I mean, if I've done something wrong, then okay, yeah, I see your point if I've done something wrong. But if I haven't done anything wrong, then what? What's the issue? What's the issue? Why would ICE come get me next? And they do that because they want people to be fearful. It's complete fear mongering, 100% fear mongering. And it's not going to work on me. I mean, it may work on some people, but it's not going to work on me. Well, ever since what happened to Mr. Pretti, I put videos out there. I put videos out there after what happened to her. But after doing the videos talking about the scenario, what happened with Pretti, I can't even share the comments that I've received. I can't even share them. I mean, I could take screenshots, but I couldn't even put them on the live to show anybody what is happening or what's being said. There's no way I could do it. No way I could do it because they would automatically be at me. They would take the video down for doing it. So with that said, I will tell you that these colorful messages I get are even some to the very extreme. And what do I mean? Some to the very extreme comments that I'm receiving. I mean, to the most extreme you can think about it. I'm receiving those comments because I support ICE. Now, what happened in Minneapolis, from me looking at the video, a lot of people were saying that he no longer had the object in his possession because the Border Patrol agents, because it wasn't ICE agents, it was Border Patrol agents that took his possession from him. And you know what I'm talking about. I have to do it for certain platforms that we're on. So he took his possession from him. So because he took the possession from him, one of them took it. The other one said, I got his possession, saying I got, this object. Well, the other ones reacted to it. And what's happening right now is that you have all of these radical leftist lunatic liberals, every last one of them, that are saying that they didn't have to do that because they have already taken the object from him. My question, and I put a short video out there earlier about it. My question is, how do they know that he didn't have any more objects on his person? How were they to know that? I mean, had he just complied from the get-go and not even got involved and stay out of the way, stay on the sidewalk, watch from a distance, recording with his phone, he wouldn't be in this situation right now. But he wanted to interject himself. He wanted to interject himself. He wanted to put himself in that position. And of course, the question that I've been asking, and I don't even know why the mainstream media, and I know why the liberals are not doing it, but I'm talking about other so-called conservative media outlets. At least I haven't seen them say it, but I'm pretty sure at some point it has to come out. I can't be the only one talking about it. Is that how are they to know that he doesn't have a second object on his person? How are they to know that? How are they to know? You understand? And the thing is, he was still fighting with them. He was fighting with them before they took it off his possession, and he was still fighting with them after they took it. You understand what I'm telling you? So they're probably thinking, oh, we already pulled one object off of him. How do they know he doesn't have another object? And no one in the left is even thinking thinking about that. No one on the left, because they don't care. For one, they don't care. For those on the left, these blue heart democrats, they don't care. All they care about is trying to make ICE look bad. They want ICE out. That's all that they care about. And Tim Walz, instead of him reaching out to President Trump saying, hey, we need for you to get ICE out of here. You see, we had another incident take place. We need for you to get ICE. Instead of Tim Walz doing that, Tim Walz should have been saying on the big megaphone, on the big horn, doing a press conference, go home. To the blue heart democrats that are in the streets, go home. Allow ICE to do their jobs. Go home. Why is that so difficult? Why is that so difficult? See, that's what I don't understand. Why is it so difficult? Yeah, I saw that. The Minneapolis leaders are running a signal chat. I did see that. And they're directing the protesters. I sure did see that. They're, they have it scrolling through there. Like they're directing people to go out there. The thing is, the radical leftist lunatic liberals, they're actually encouraging people to go out onto the streets and put themselves out there, put themselves on the front lines of all of this. Be disruptive. Being disruptive. So he put himself in that position. It was because of him. He did it to himself. No one forced him to go out there. No one forced him to get in a confrontation. No one forced him to get in a conflict with anybody. No one forced him to do it. Yeah, on Instagram they say, yeah, plus he had extra mags. Yeah, he had extra ones to go with it. I think it was it two more? Was it two more extra ones to go with it? So he had one inside, and then he had two more extra ones, right? Two more extra ones. But of course, when you look at the headlines for the liberal media, they're ignoring it. The liberal media, they don't want to talk about what he had on his possession. They don't want to talk about it. But then when they do talk about it, and say, well, they didn't have to go that far. They have already taken the object from him. Blue heart democrats can get it in their minds that he could possibly had a second one. How are they supposed to know? He wasn't complying. He was actually physically in a fight with them. And he should never been doing that. I mean, this not dealing with a full deck. These blue heart democrats are not dealing with a full deck. I mean, they're really not. I've been to places and, police officers are there, and I've been to places and stuff getting all, going all which way but loose, and stuff just happening all around us. And I don't do that with police officers. There's an ICE facility just down the street from me. I was down there, and the ICE agents were right there, and they were looking at me, and I'm looking at them. And then I go over there and talk to them, and they're talking to me. I mean, really, think about that. Nothing happened to me because of how I handled myself. Besides, when they show up here, anyways, I straight up say, how can I help you? I always say, how can I help you? But the thing is, this guy, Pretti, he actually put himself in that position. You can't blame anybody but himself. You can't blame anybody. But the Blue Heart Democrats, they don't care. All they care is about, they want to dismantle ICE. That's all that they care about. They want to dismantle the border patrol. They want to get rid of law. So if anybody's going to be next, if they're successful in getting rid of ICE, then they're going to get rid of Border Patrol, and then they're going to get back on to defunding the police again. Remember that? That wasn't too long ago. Remember? They were all screaming, defund the police. Right now, they're talking about defunding ICE. And then they'll get to Border Patrol, like I said, and then they'll get back to defunding the police again. The Democrats are lawless. They don't want any law-abiding people in the country. Why do you think that they're fighting so hard for these criminals that came into our country? They're fighting so hard for them. I've never seen anything like it before. The Democrats haven't fought for something so much since Abraham Lincoln freed people. That was the last time the Democrats ever fought so hard for something. They haven't fought this hard since then. That's the only reason why the Democrats right now are trying to fight to keep their property. Same thing that they're doing right now, the same thing that they did back then. The same Democrat Party, there's never was a switch. The switch never happened. The only switch that ever took place were the tactics that the Democrats did to control people. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. So what happened in Minneapolis, both with Pretti and Good, is not the ISIS fault. It's not President Trump's fault. It's their fault. It's 100% their fault. And it's their fault because they should have never been in there in the first place. It is not their job to go out there and prevent ICE from doing their job. It's not their job to go out there and prevent Border Patrol from doing their job. It's not their jobs. And here's something that I really don't understand. Why is it that these feminist liberals believe that they're the saviors for Black and brown people? What is that? Can someone explain that one to me? Why is it that they think that they're the saviors? Can y'all help me out with that one? Anybody? Can y'all help me out with that? Why do they think that? What is it that they think that they put it in their mind that they got to be saviors? We see it all the time. We completely see it all the time. And now they're trying to get, another whole George Floyd episode, another, summer of love going on. And this frigid cold up there, they said some of the temperatures were, the windshield was 40 below. And they were still encouraging people. They were still encouraging people to go out there with it being 40 below. Still encouraging people. They were still encouraging people to go out there with it being 40 below. Because they know that once, because with it being so cold, if they get people to stop going out there, then the whole momentum that they have going is going to come down to a complete end. It'll come down to a complete end if they allow the momentum to fizzle away, to go away. This is the reason why you have these idiots right now trying to convince people to stay out there right now. It's not right. I guess there's a term for that, right? You call them what, useful idiots. Have you ever heard that expression? And that's how they're being used right now. These people are being used. They're 100% being used. And the thing is, when they find out that they're being used, they don't even care. They don't care that they're being used. They're like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's like, and a lot of them feel like they finally have something, a movement that they can get behind. What is the movement? What is the movement? What is the movement? I mean, think about it. What is the movement? Going against law and order? I mean, that's the movement. That's what they're doing. That's the movement. Going against law and order. But I'm glad that President Trump is not backing down to these blue heart Democrats. I'm glad he's not backing down to them. I'm glad he's supporting the men and women. None of this would be happening if these blue heart Democrats would just go home. None of this would be happening if the blue heart Democrats would just go home. None of it would be happening. I mean, it's really that simple. But, you know, like I said a second ago, these blue heart Democrats, they feel like they're saviors. So they have to go out and they got to we're going to be the ones that put ourselves out there. We're going to be the ones. We'll be the ones. Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm still supporting ICE. I haven't changed because I look at the scenario. And it is a tragedy. It is a tragedy. It's not good that it happened. Right? It's not good that it happened. It's not good at all that it happened. Because, see, we as conservatives, Christians, we don't celebrate what's happening. I'm not happy that it happened. It should have never happened in the first place. He should have never been there in the first place. The only people that ICE and Border Patrol is going after are these people that should have never been there in the first place. Should have never been in the first place. But because they're there, this is what's happening. And as I mentioned before, especially, I don't know if y'all ever go on Threads. Oh my goodness. Threads is almost like the worst. Threads is the worst. One says, how can you wear that hat without shame? Because I want America to be great again. Why would I be shamed for my country? Why would I be shameful of my country? I want America to be great again. It's really that simple. Make America great again. Why is that such a problem? Why is that even a problem? Blue heart Democrats. You got a problem with America, then get out. Why stay here? I don't understand. You don't like the country. You never did. Then get out. And why do you care? what I wear. It's my hat. It's my head. Always the blue heart democrat think they have it in their mind that they get to tell me what I can wear, who I can support, and how I'm supposed to think. This means freedom. Make America great again. Democrats don't like freedom. Democrats don't like free speech. If it were up to the Democrats, I would not be able to have a voice. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Think about it. Tell me I'm wrong. If it were not up to the Democrats, I would not have a voice. 100%, I would not have a voice. Yeah, so on Instagram, yeah, the fraud. And see, that's the thing. I think a lot of this with Tim Walz, and you're spot on. I'm looking at the Instagram, spot on. With Tim Walz and the other politicians in Minneapolis, Minnesota, they're not wanting people to pay attention to all of that fraud. We're talking about up to $18 billion in fraud. Up to $18 billion in fraud. And I think this is a whole distraction to try to get people not to pay attention to that. Because, Tim Walz, he's not addressing it. He don't even want to touch it. He don't want to say, nope. I don't want to touch I don't want to even touch the whole fraud issue in Minneapolis. Don't want to say anything about it. The daycares, nope. Don't want to say anything that. But he'll be quick. He'll be quick to go out there and talk bad about ICE, talk bad about Border Patrol, talk bad about our great president, talk bad about our country, and try to act like he takes no responsibility for what's happening there. But then he turns around and said that he will take responsibility and then won't take responsibility. That's Tim Walz for you. Dude is a total joke. All of them are a total joke. None of this would be happening if they just tell the people, go home. None of this would be happening. Go home. Why are you out there? What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Because they're not going after people that look like me. They're going after people who've broken the law. They're not going after a certain group. They're not going after just a certain group of people. They're going after people who have broken the law. And then this thing about oh my goodness, look, they're the 5-year-old. They detain a 5-year. That's a bunch of B, capital S, to the fullest. And then the blue heart Democrats, they don't want to talk about the father jumping out and running, leaving the little boy. I can't even wrap my mind. If my child at the age of 5, and they come right there, I'm holding my son. I'm not going to abandon my son. I'm not going to run from my son. I'm holding my son. I'm taking care of him. I love my son. I would not do that. But these blue heart Democrats, they don't see it that way. The blue heart Democrats, they be like, yep, just go. It's pretty evil. I mean, if you really think about it, these blue heart Democrats are the most evil, despicable things on the planet. I mean, really. And then they said, they were using the little boy to try to coerce or to trick the mother in opening the door. They were saying, look, it's cold out here. Let the little boy go in. We're not going to do anything. Let the little boy go in. Nope, I'm going to do it. That's her child. I don't care if they were going to do something to me. I'm opening the door to get my child. Are you kidding me? And then they make this excuse like, well, she has another one, so she just want to make sure she can save one of them. They got to save one of them. Are you kidding me? If they really wanted her, they could have put a foot through that door. Are you kidding me? They did in the other one. They could have put a foot through the door. How is it y'all don't understand that? If they were trying to get her, they could have put a foot. But no, y'all don't think that far. Just like this dude, Pretti. Y'all don't think that far. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, the reason why Border Patrol reacted the way they did, and it wasn't even ICE, it was Border Patrol. The reason why they acted the way they did is because they did not know if he had anything else on his person. He was still fighting with them. They had no idea. They had no idea. So he gave them no choice. He gave them no choice. He did the right. He did the wrong thing. The ICE agents, or I'm sorry, the Border Patrol agents did the right thing. You know, there's this there's like these movies, and in the movies there's good guys and there's bad guys. In the movie that we're watching right now that's unfolding in Minnesota, Minneapolis, the ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, they are the good guys. The bad guys are the ones out there trying to prevent the ICE agents from doing their jobs by apprehending criminals that are in our country. I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense. They're here. The only reason why ICE is there and Border Patrol is there is to apprehend criminals that Joe Biden and the Democrats brought into the country. Their visas were revoked because they used what was the app? The H1B1 app or something like that. The H1B app. So their visas were revoked and say, you know what Joe Biden and the Democrats did was unlawful. So you got to go. You got to go. And it's not, I mean, really, it's not their fault. It's, Joe Biden's fault, the Democrats' fault. And the Democrats, they only did that because they wanted to add these people for the census report. That's the only reason why they did it for the census report. That's the reason why they did it. You understand? So which brings us to today. President Trump is having to clean up all of this nonsense that the Democrats did to this country. He's having to clean it up. I voted for President Trump to clean it up. Let's look at my shirt. I voted for this. I voted for President Trump to clean up the mess that Joe Biden and the Democrats did in this country. I voted for it. I voted for President Trump 3 times. Be happy to vote for him for a 4th. Be honest with you, would not hurt my feelings at all. Trump 2028 would not hurt my feelings at all. But we all know that after this, he's gonna be done. But it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. I voted for exactly what President Trump is doing, and these Democrats, these blue heart Democrats, they're the ones getting in the way. They're the ones trying to disrupt. They're the ones trying to prevent ICE from doing their job. They're the ones trying to prevent this country from moving forward. It's the blue heart Democrats. And as I said a second ago, the Democrats have never fought this hard since Abraham Lincoln took away their property. They've never fought this hard. Never fought this hard. So I'm going to continue being who I am. I'm going to continue supporting ICE. I'm going to continue supporting Border Patrol. I'm going to continue wearing my beautiful MAGA hat. I'm going to continue supporting my president, Donald J. Trump. I'm going to continue acknowledging and worshiping my Lord Jesus Christ. I'm going to continue. And you blue heart Democrats, you're just going to have to get over it. You're just going to have to get over it. You have this whole thing in your mind that you think that I'm going to change my ways because you say nasty things. Are you kidding me? Really? I'm telling y'all, people send me, I just saw one on TikTok. Someone told me that I'm not going to read it all of it. He says I'm going to be just like Charlie Kirk. This guy named Ray or a girl named Ray just said I'm going to be like Charlie Kirk. And that's one of the nice ones. Y'all should see some of the other ones. Like, I mean, it's sad that we're here. You know, one thing that I notice is that when things are the other way around, we don't have all of this. We don't have all of this unnecessary stuff happening. I mean, granted, we were not happy the 4 years before President Trump went back into the White House. We weren't happy. We weren't happy about the situation, but we were happy we were still living in America. But we weren't happy about the situation because of what was happening. Just like right now, we're not happy about the situation, but we're happy President Trump is back in the White House. Still happy that this is the United States of America. And I'm really happy that President Trump is putting this country back on track. I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy about that. So I'm going to continue. I mean, you can send all the colorful messages you want. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to change me. I mean, it's really not. I mean, I don't even know why you even take the time to even do it. I mean, because see, what I've noticed, and y'all know this too. I'm pretty sure everyone notices this as well. Noticed this as well, is that they love that keyboard. They love that keyboard. The Blue Heart Demon Crash, they get behind that keyboard and they're so they behind that keyboard and they're like, me strong behind that keyboard. This country is so divided. And it's not because of MAGA Republicans at all, because we want this country to be great. We want this, I mean, it's the whole thing, make America great again. We want everybody to prosper in the country. We want this country, we want everybody to have wonderful lives in this country. So it's not MAGA Republicans, it's not, most definitely not President Trump. What President Trump doing, his whole goal is to have everybody prosper in this country. His goal is for everybody to make money in this country, even people that don't like him. He's like, look, we can get all past all that. Let's make some money. Let's everybody be happy. Let's do that. The reason why the country is so divided is because of these blue heart democrats. That's the reason why. The blue heart democrats, again, like I mentioned a second ago, they don't even want me to have a voice. The blue heart democrats can't stand the fact that I can speak out. They can't stand it. They call me all these names. They say all of this stuff. Blue heart democrats don't want us to have freedoms. They don't. The blue heart democrats, they're no different than these monsters that existed in Germany in the 1940s. They're no different than that. Did you know these monsters in Germany in the 1940s, they were going around blowing their whistles too? Did you know that? They were blowing their whistles in the 1940s. Germany. They were blowing the whistle. They blow the whistle, blow the whistle. Who's blowing the whistle today? The same tactics that they used in the 1930s, 1940s Germany are the same tactics that these demonic democrats use today. Same tactics. I never forget it. When I was in California, I went to an event that was in Berkeley, California. And this was during President Trump's first term. And while we were out there in President Trump's first term, I never forget it. I'm on the side that loves America, supports America, wants America to be great. And then we had, Trans-Tifa and BLM. It was hundreds of them. There was a few hundreds of us, but there was probably maybe close to 500 of them. And they had the entire, because if you ever been to Berkeley, there's a park there, the MLK Park. And it's not really a big park, but it's like right there in the center. And there's streets all the way around it. And you can walk all around it. And we were right there in the middle, and they were throwing stuff in there at us. And it was just chaotic. But the thing that I'll never forget is that the side that loves America and respects other people was holding a sign that says free speech. The radical lunatic liberals, they wanted to tear that sign up. They wanted to remove that sign. They didn't want to see that sign. What's happening right now, and I look at the news, and I look at these stuff on social media, what we are truly seeing is a spiritual battle. It is really, truly that. And as I mentioned before, when it comes to these blue heart Democrats, you can tell them the truth. You can show them the truth. And no matter what, they're going to believe the lie because they like the way the lie makes them feel. And because they like that lie, and they're like, they don't want to hear anything else. Nothing else is important to them. Only the lies. That's the only thing that's important to them, the lies. I mean, that's why you get them to believe, all this other stuff about, a man in a dress. Who's believing that? Who's believing that nonsense? Come on, let's be honest. Who's believing that? Only the blue heart Democrats. Only the blue heart Democrats believe in all of those lies. But this spiritual battle, these people, they get on national television and then they're straight up lying about the whole scenario. They lied about Good, and now they're lying about Pretti, saying that he was harmless. What are they saying? They say that she was a poet and a mother. They leave out the part that she was a radical activist. And then Mr. Pretti, they say that, oh, he was a nurse or a doctor, whatever, a nurse, and he was helping out veterans. And they leave out the part that he was a radical leftist activist. They conveniently leave that part out. Because the ones that have been absolutely radical are the ones that's going out there into this and trying to stop ICE from doing their jobs. They're the ones trying to stop ICE from doing their jobs. Go home. Go home. So I look at the comments. I look around, I look at the comments. Why are they out there? See, I can see the comments and I'm looking. And I'm really interested. I want to know. Tell me why they are out there. Why are they out there? Anybody? They're out there because they have it in their minds that they're saviors. Like they're saviors. Like they're out there. Like it's their job to be out there to save somebody. Well, save yourself. Go home. Go home. Border Patrol and ICE, they're not picking up innocent people. They are not picking up innocent people. Hands down. They're not picking up innocent people. They're picking up people that have broken the law. And these blue heart Democrats. So before this happened, I was telling people, I said, after Renee Good, I said something else is going to happen. I said I don't want it to happen, but something else is going to happen, and I'm gonna go on a limb again here on a whim, and say something else again is going to happen. You know why something else is going to happen? Because the Blue Heart Democrats won't go home. The Blue Heart Democrats won't leave ICE alone. They won't leave the Border Patrol agents alone. Allow them to do their jobs. So because they can't allow them to do their jobs, something else is going to happen. And it's only a matter of time. I don't want anything to happen. Can we just be peaceful? But the Democrats don't want to be peace. They don't want peace. Well, Christy, thank you so much for the rose on TikTok. And Charming, thank you so much for the heart. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it on TikTok. I really appreciate it. You know, the Blue Heart Democrats, they don't like it when they see you, when they see y'all give me gifts. When you bless me, they don't like to see it. They don't like to see it. And there's some balloons for you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Blue Heart Democrats can't stand to see it. They can't. Thank you so much. One person said the reason why the ICE agents have masks on is because the Blue Heart Democrats are trying to find out where their spouses work, where they live, and where their children go to school. So they're having to protect their identity from the Blue Heart Democrats. You know how y'all do. I mean, y'all, the Blue Heart Democrats, they're not nice people. I mean, they're really not. That's the reason why they're wearing masks. I mean, where have you been? How does someone not know that by now? Or do you know it? You just want them to uncover their faces so you can find out where their spouses go to work, where they live. And why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? Kind of the same reason when y'all found out where Brett Kavanaugh lived. Remember happened that? Someone said, a person said that they're PB. Where's the proof of that? That's just talking points. There's no proof of that. And if they were, so what? If they were, so what? As long as they're upholding the law, so what? I mean, really? Like that's supposed to be an issue? That's supposed to be an issue? So what? Who cares if they're part of PB? I don't care. I know a lot of them in PB. A lot of them. So what? I mean, people think that it's going to be like an issue for me. I'm like, okay, how's that supposed to be an issue? I'm still supporting ICE. I'm still supporting ICE. Will, they're going to come for you. There's another one. Why are they going to come for me? This comment I just read was on TikTok. Someone said, Will, they're going to come for you. Why are they going to come for me? Tell me why. Right? Tell me why. Because I've been around ICE agents already. They haven't come for me yet. Without my beautiful MAGA hat. Without me saying I voted for this. Me just regular collar, t-shirt, and jeans on. I've been around them. Why are they going to come for me again? Enlighten me. You know that doesn't work, right? You know that doesn't work. I mean, the Blue Heart Democrats just saying that doesn't work. I'm looking on YouTube. Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. Was that car? They want to do stuff to people. Certain words I'm not going to say. They want to do stuff to people, and they want to install fear in them. You know what? 100%. That's exactly what they want to do. The Blue Heart Democrats. That's exactly their end game. That's exactly their end game. On Facebook, one person said, "We already know they are all the Democrats or the brown shirts." 100%. They're doing the same thing that they did during that time. They're doing the same thing, and the thing is, the Blue Heart Democrats don't want to hear it, especially when it comes from someone like me. I'm supposed to be naive, according to them. They want me to be. They want me to just follow a line, get in line, don't question anything, just believe anything that they say, and just run with that. I'm not going to do that because I like to think for myself. I like to think for myself. Let's see. They don't want. What is that? They do not want. Oh yeah, they do not want peace. They want fluid running in the streets of America. I'm not going to say the word, but it's fluids, bodily fluids running in the streets of America. That's so true. That is so true. Because if Tim Walz and the rest of the Blue Heart Democrats actually wanted peace and safety and security, it would be this simple: go home. Go home. They should go home. Medical professionals telling others how to. Really? That wouldn't surprise me that medical professionals are saying how to do stuff to ICE that's unpleasant. Wouldn't surprise me at all, especially now that they found out about that list. They found that list of people organizing on Signal, and someone infiltrated it and got on there, and they're just looking at all those messages. So, but now that that's out, all the information's out, they're probably gonna shut that chat down and probably create another one. The thing is, they don't know who's in there. You sent me a message. Okay, I'll check it out. I don't think I can look at it here. I think I have to look at it after the fact. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get off of here. It's been just about an hour on here. I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, if you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up for me. Could you please hit the thumbs up for me? Share. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up for me and share this video out. Would greatly appreciate it. No matter how you're watching, I don't ever look at on X because I'm live on X as well. With Elon Musk and the Democrats. They didn't like the fact that Elon Musk was allowing free speech. Imagine that. That's why they got upset with Elon Musk, because he allowed free speech. Blue Heart Democrats. All right, everybody. I'm getting off of here. Take care. God bless you. Be safe out there. Good night.